Hi, this is Reasons Are Several, episode number 199. My name is Matt, and with me is Neil. How's it going, Neil?
It's going good, Matilda. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Getting excited. Yeah. I know you're going. That's like a little bit of a foreshadowing, that, Matilda.
I am foreskinning all over your face, man.
What Neil is, well, before we get started.
Yeah.
We are a show where two dudes sit down and talk about a broad array of topics. Is array okay? Can I say array?
Yeah, I don't know if it sounds good to say two dudes sit around and talk about abroad.
Okay, well.
Yeah.
There was no pregnant pause there.
We talk about like pretend women's, like the sexual robot types.
Right. We mentioned women and other things. Sports, health, technology.
Your lady friend.
My lady friend, your lady friend.
Gals.
We run the gamut. So you can reach out to us if you'd like on Twitter at ReasonsR and at AngelsFreak7 is Neil. By the way, Neil made a reference to Matilda. That was something that came out of an episode that we just recorded last weekend, which was a live recording of our 200th episode, which you'll hear next week. I got to say, it feels a little bit lonely just being the two of us this week without, Annalise in the producer chair and without all those people joining us in Mixler, because that was pretty sweet.
It was. It's almost like post-vacation blues, or like when you have somebody visit and you have a good time and then they leave. Like when you left. Well, we were also afraid of dying, but when you left, it was like, oh, it's kind of like you're kind of used to having the voices and the people and hanging out and like the live show. It's almost it's a little more relaxed because we're just kind of even more so flying off the seat of our pants. I don't think that's how
the seat of our pants.
I don't think that's how it's said. But so it's a little like now it's just me and you, and it's kind of like, okay, honey, I guess I'll set the table, and you're like, okay, I'll take out the garbage,
But yet it feels very intimate, and that excites me.
Wow.
Did you enjoy the live experience overall?
Very much so.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty fun.
But most of my recording of a podcast is almost always feels like a live experience, because like on this show I really do nothing except show up and talk all the time, and I think the show comes out the way we do it because I don't listen to it and you edit it. And then on Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks, go check them out if you want.
Yeah, of course.
I don't edit shit. Right. So we just talk and that's it. And then when we steamroll other shows, it's usually live.
Steamroll is the operative word.
Yeah, so I felt good. I felt at home. I felt loose.
Yeah. Well, I thought you were going to say you're used to all these voices in your head, so having all these people on Mixler is about the same thing.
That helps too.
Well, I want to say thanks again to Annalise, first and foremost, because that would have been impossible without her there. That was, well, I shouldn't say it would have been impossible, but we basically would not have engaged with the room at all.
Right.
It's really hard to stay on top of that chat room because it's flying by, and it's just you can't keep on it without completely breaking concentration and not being able to talk to each other. So that was a huge, huge help.
She did an awesome job, and it was fun to have her be part of it. And I think she did the perfect amount of chiming in and being part of it, and at the same time really focusing on the chat room and talking to all our fans. I kid. I'm just playing around.
Well, and thanks to everybody who showed up live. I mean, and also to everybody who submitted questions and comments.
The people who showed up dead were freaking awesome too.
Yeah, we just didn't hear much from them.
All the souls in the room. Yeah,
I understand. Everybody's got their own style, but it was really great. We got a lot of great questions and a lot of comments that we went through. So you will hear all of that next week. Will we do another live show in the future? I don't know.
Hells yeah, we will.
But just probably not that often.
Okay.
It's hard to do on the regular, I think.
You just had a show. That was the one show. All you had to do was show up.
That's true. You did all the heavy lifting this time, but
well, you have to do the editing, but
right. But still, I think I like it as kind of a special, on a very special Reasons Are Several.
For sure, I would say maybe like anniversaries and shows that have 00 at the end of them.
There you go. I was gonna say once or twice a year, maybe something like that. That would be probably plenty. And then the other thing is we do want to try other stuff. We still want to try to do the movie commentary stuff and some other things. So, but it was good to commentate. Yeah.
I'm going to Chris Collinsworth that.
Oh shit. That's a good transition. Should we talk about the Super Bowl and Philly Dilly?
Why don't we, Matt? Why don't we just talk about it?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't live and die with my sports team, but it's much more fun when they win,
of course,
than when they lose. I have a couple friends who are big Philly Eagles fans, Philadelphia Cream Eagles fans.
Mm-hmm.
So I was happy for them. And I know a lot of people won't say this, but I'm going to say it, Matt. When your team is really good and they win a lot of Super Bowls, losing a Super Bowl doesn't nearly hurt as much.
Well, I was going to say I was listening to Dark Angels and Pretty Freaks.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I tweeted at you, but it was funny because you were like, we've won a lot. I hope for the best for Philly. Like, it would be cool to see them get one too.
Yeah.
We've already got enough.
Because I wasn't, when the Patriots lost to the Bears, that's when I first became a Patriots fan. So I didn't have any real attachment. I was like, fucking Bears. When they lost,
that hatred lives on to today.
That's right.
You still hate the Bears.
I do. But what's funny is I like a lot of like ex-Bear players, so it's kind of weird. I just don't think I like Ditka. I think that's what it comes down to, or that frickin' Super Bowl shuffle. Anyway, when they lost to Green Bay, like that hurt. Like that was a bummer.
Yeah.
But losing to the Giants the first time hurt because you were like, what? Nah, the Giants.
Yeah.
But like this time it was like, Chris Long was pretty cool, and LeGarrette Blount's over there, and buddy's Eagles. So it wasn't. I wasn't like, I was like, that sucks. I really hoped we would win.
What's the Wesley Snipes line? Always bet on Blount.
Always bet on Blount. Yes. So, it was kind of a bummer to watch. Although we did talk about it a little bit, and I did say that I thought the Eagles' defense would be a little much for the Patriots. I think for the most part they were, but not all the time. I don't think Tom Brady should ever try to catch a ball.
They gave up 600 yards of offense.
Yeah, and the Patriots defense I was never really totally comfortable with this year. And the fact that they had a freaking sit Malcolm Butler for.
That was interesting because everybody was wondering why the hell he wasn't playing. Except I think he played a little bit on special teams.
Yeah, I think they threw him out there.
But he did not play a snap on defense, and they were asking him all about it. They wouldn't say a word. And there were rumors that he missed curfew and he was like smoking weed and he got all, pissy with the coaches or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, and he was hanging out with some ladies that maybe he shouldn't have been hanging out with.
Yeah, so I don't know, but that was obviously, that could be a difference maker to get you a win right there.
Yeah, I think
he's done it before.
Yeah, I think a difference maker would have been Tom Brady looks the ball into his hands.
That would have helped. Well, he kind of alligator armed it a little bit.
He did, totally.
He pulled his arms back a little bit.
Yeah. Well, that's because he heard footsteps from absolutely no one around him.
You've seen the thing with the trophy going through his hands, right?
That's awesome. No, I haven't seen that.
That's pretty tough.
But yeah, I mean, it was a bummer, but overall, like I said, it doesn't crush me. My life is pretty good, so I'm like, whatever.
Yeah. I didn't have a dog in the fight. It was nice to see somebody else win. I thought it was good. I mean, like the way Peterson stayed aggressive was really important.
Yeah.
I mean, he was not fucking around. Had a couple big fourth down calls. That touchdown to Foles was pretty sweet.
It was a great play.
Or should I call him Big Dick Nick, as they call him in Philly?
Oh, Jesus.
The only thing I didn't like about Peterson was going for 2 up 15-3, like midway through the second quarter. Why are you fucking chasing points this early? Stop.
Yeah, that was a little. Yeah,
and
when the Patriots did catch up and had the 1-point lead for a few minutes, there was that little bit of like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, could have used that. Could have used that extra point.
Yeah.
That's the other thing I was going to say. Oh, and then when the Ertz touchdown happened, I was like, we're not going to sit here and do this, are we? Are we really going to do this?
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I thought for sure they're going to overturn it. I was like, they're going to do it. They're going to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Just, But it was. I'm glad that they didn't. They seemed to really let him play. There was hardly any pass interference calls, and there was a lot of action going on.
Yeah, I did want to interject also a little bit that I thought it was nice that they let him play, but there was some when they realized they were letting him play on both sides on the offensive line. There was some blatant holding calls where people are like in full Nelsons. I'm like, what? How do?
There was one. Yeah, there was one that I thought was one, but wasn't. It looked like 2 Eagles were hugging a Patriot.
Mm-hmm.
But when you watch the replay, the guy just got turned around and didn't even know where the fucking play was, and the guy was just standing there. But there were a lot of holding calls.
And on both sides. I mean, there were some. I saw one Eagle come in, and I do think the Patriot guy just kind of hugged him and picked him up. And I'm like, I don't think You're allowed to do that.
Well, and they got away with a helmet to helmet on Cooks.
Ooh, Jesus!
In real time, it looked like he threw his shoulder into his chest, and I think that's what they saw.
Yeah.
On the replay, you could clearly see it.
Yeah, he got knocked out.
Yeah,
you did miss a good time at the VFW.
Yes, how'd it go?
It was a lot of fun. It was
the picture I saw.
Yeah,
was hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know which picture you saw.
It was the one of like just kind of the old bar with one TV up top.
That's it. It's an old little bar. Okay, so the VFW in Petaluma is huge. The building's huge. It's got like 3 or 4 multi-purpose rooms that are like the size of high school gyms. I mean, they're freaking gigantic.
You could fucking do a lot of bingo in there.
Oh my God. They had, you don't even know. You don't even know. And then they have the little lounge, which is a little lounge. It's a little old school bar. And they don't even have hard alcohol out. They have it behind the cabinet. But I mean, the guys just go in there and pretty much drink beer. It's got the one TV, and that TV's pretty much brand new. Before that, they had an old tube television up there.
I'm telling you, we joked about it last week that they had the fold-out 3-color.
Yeah, and it's got a little back patio area where they barbecue. So made pulled pork and ribs and burgers and potato salad and coleslaw, and it's all free. It's just you donate money if you want, so the vets can have some food if they don't want to pay some money. My buddy Glenn, when he started running it, finally pulled in like a 4 or 5 keg tap. They didn't even have beer on draft, and all the guys were like, "What? No one drinks, draft beer anymore." And he's like, "What are you talking about?" So he got that, and of course, that's what everybody was drinking. And he also paid $99 to get the Square for like an iPad to charge credit cards. Which was like, nobody pays credit cards, and he's like, "What are you talking about?" So the place has really turned around. He's changing it. He said when he got in there was all this crap like blocking like the wall behind the bar, like just memorabilia, because the guys would take the stuff home and their wives would be like, "No, you can't keep it here." So they take it down to the VFW to put it there. So he cleaned all that stuff off. He said he cleaned everything up, and some guys like, there was I guess it's like a shadow box that had like medals in it, not the Medal of Honor, but like different medals. And he said he cleaned everything up, and people were like, "Where did that come from?" And he's like, "It's been here since like freaking 1970, whatever." It was just so dirty, nobody could see through the glass.
Oh God, that's disgusting.
Yeah. But it was a lot of fun. I mean, it was the guys. It was hearing some of the stories, and I mean, and just seeing the guys. I got very confused. I kind of felt like I was in church because everybody had to say grace before you could start eating. Then there was like a standing thing for America the Beautiful. Then there was some prayer before the national anthem. Then there was all of that.
You didn't kneel, did you?
I started just doing jumping jacks. I'm like, I think this covers all the bases. But everybody was very nice. And I think you really would have enjoyed yourself. I mean, I had a legitimate, like really good time.
But you left early.
I left at halftime.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I was planning to work on Monday. So, which I didn't because I took the loss so hard.
No, I don't think you did.
No, but I did take the day off.
That was the excuse.
Yeah.
How electric was it? So did you leave right as halftime started, or?
I didn't see the lake at all.
You didn't?
No.
Because I was imagining the VFW was fucking lit when he came on stage. Like
so
those guys were probably going bananas.
Well, here's the interesting thing. 2 things. One, I was a little disappointed about. The VFW is not a big drinking bar. Like they got actually just go in there and have a few beers. Because I guess they got lives and got to go places.
No
so
partying, that's lame.
I was not, and my buddy who was there, who was also working, he was having a couple beers, but no one was throwing them back. So I'm like, I'm not going to be that guy who's like, freaking line them up. Let's do shots, baby. But yeah, I kind of left early because I realized that they were going to go crazy when the lake came on. And
yeah.
I'm like, I don't want to see these guys.
Got to clear out of here.
I don't want to witness a broken hip. There was already a couple guys in wheelchairs, so I'm like, I am out.
I was disappointed when he came out without a hat on. How are you not going to wear a hat this time, JT?
What did I say?
You fucked my prop bet. Did you say no hat?
Yeah.
Did you?
You didn't follow up on that?
I don't remember what you said.
And I said Prince song.
You mentioned Prince.
Mm-hmm.
That was good. Both those were good.
I said no hat because you gave me a hard time. You're like, how is he not going to wear a hat? I said he's not going to do it.
See, he's always.
If it's one thing I know, it's the lake.
Yeah, I guess so. But he
still waters won't run deep, bro.
I did nail Pink's national anthem under because I got, I saw on Twitter like 3 hours before the game, she's got the flu. I was like, under.
Yeah.
By a mile under.
Oh,
she
yeah.
She was like a minute 50 maybe.
I thought she did great, though.
She did well. Did you see, so you did not see the lake on Fallon later that night?
No, I did not. I'm going to interrupt you really quick because when they had the flyover, all the vets were starting to argue about what planes they were. And so there's all these old guys arguing. They're telling each other, "You blind son of a bitch, you can't see." It was hilarious. Yeah. What plane is that? One guy's like, "There's 4. There's 4 planes." At the peak, there was probably 25. Okay. It was typically about 15 to 20. Huh. Yeah, it was great.
Annalise was the only woman in the place.
No, Edith, Glenn's girlfriend was there. Glenn's
Her
mom
name's
showed up.
Edith?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you want to talk old timey.
Oh my God, you don't even know. Glenn's mom showed up for a while. His 2 daughters were there for a little while. No, because a couple wives came.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah. Well, that's good.
Sorry, but you were saying Lake on Fallon.
I was going to say the lake was on Fallon. After that, they did like a live show from Minnesota or whatever. Mm-hmm. And those 2 drive me fucking nuts.
When they're together?
Yes.
Yeah.
They think they are the funniest motherfuckers on earth.
Yeah.
They do some stupid segment where they're like singing to each other the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
It is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. And they're just busting up. Ah! Wait, we got outtakes. Let's do outtakes. And they show a blooper reel of them putting together this clip. There was a 2-minute clip that took 2 hours to make. And the 2 of them are going back and forth. And it's really like, hey, do you... like... They're just stopping and laughing over and over and over again. I was like, God, you guys fucking suck. It's more about Fallon than it is Lake for me. Right.
Yeah.
Because Fallon drives me nuts.
I don't dislike Jimmy Fallon, but I always feel like he's putting on an act. I don't ever feel that's really him.
Well, he's very, I don't know. He sucks up to every guest he ever has.
Yeah.
And which gets a little old.
Okay, but it seems so fake to me. Yeah. And I don't know if it is, but I saw him in Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee. Mm-hmm. Totally different personality. And I'm like, I like this guy more.
So maybe he's got the, what's his face? Who's the guy that did America's Funniest Videos? America's Home Videos.
Oh, right. Saget?
Saget. So it's a little bit of a Saget factor. Because Saget did that show and was so fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then the whole time he's like, I fucking hate this job. Like these cocksuckers. Like I'm sure he was saying that because he's a dirty motherfucker.
Oh, he is. He is.
So anyway, did you see any of the antics in Philly after the game? Did you see the Ritz-Carlton awning trust falls?
I saw a lot of things getting pushed over and destroyed.
Lots of cars getting flipped.
It's kind of weird though because it had a really weird feeling to it because this is what happens when their team wins a Super Bowl. However, if you're doing less and protesting your friends and family getting shot, apparently that's not good.
Right.
Yeah. It had a really weird feeling to me.
Yeah, somebody brought that point up where they were saying like people go look on social media and they're like get all up in arms about that stuff, but then they're like, oh, they're just celebrating when it's celebrating a Super Bowl championship.
Yeah.
But they had people. There was this Ritz-Carlton awning, and this one guy, climbs up on it and is talking to the crowd and turns around and just trust falls, back dives into the crowd, and everybody's like, oh. So then the next thing you know, about 30 minutes later, they show another clip, and there's like 15 people on there or 12 people on there, and they all want to do it. And the whole thing collapses. And you hear this woman go, I called that shit.
Nice.
I think everybody lived, so I think we could talk about it. But
yeah, well, even if they didn't. I mean,
did you avoid the movie trailers that were shown during the Super Bowl?
I saw Solo.
Is
the teaser trailer. No, because that's
short enough.
That's not. Yeah, and Solo to me doesn't. If it was a Boba Fett movie, it'd be a different story. But Solo to me, I'm okay with seeing the trailers for that.
Did you end up seeing the full trailer the next day?
No.
Oh, okay. They did a full trailer the next day.
No, I actually have to go back home. I didn't see a lot of the commercials because I was too busy watching these fucking hilarious vets, man.
Yeah, right. Well, there were some funny commercials and stuff. There was also
the Tide commercial. I did see that, and I actually liked that commercial.
Yeah, there was that one.
The commercial was solid. I saw the Morgan Freeman and the guy from Game of Thrones, the spicy Doritos and the cool Mountain Dew, whatever. Yeah. I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Well, they also had a trailer for Mission Impossible, which looks pretty fucking good.
Saw that too.
I saw that, and I looked up something, or I saw somebody say something about Cruise and injuring himself.
Probably on that motorcycle stunt.
No, he goes, there's a scene, and you can actually see it. I think I tweeted it out, but he runs and jumps from one building to another building.
Yeah.
And his right foot catches the side of the building. He fucking breaks his ankle.
Oh, wow.
And they kept it in the movie.
Nice.
So he fucking breaks his ankle, and you see him like wince, pulls himself up, and then starts like gimping by the camera.
That's awesome. Well, I do know he likes to do a lot of his own stunts.
He always does.
And that scene where I think it's him, hits the freaking car while riding the motorcycle.
Yeah.
And, obviously goes flying. That's done really well.
Yeah.
I thought that looked really good.
Yeah, he's like looking sideways and doesn't see it, just goes flying. Yeah, that's
great.
pretty sweet.
Yeah. Anytime Tom Cruise eats it.
Yeah.
I do have one thing. Can I tell you one thing real quick here?
Yeah.
I got attacked by a pit bull.
Excuse me?
Yeah, well, I might be overselling it here.
Okay.
So I cut Zero's claws, and so they were really sharp. Mm-hmm. And we have this game we play where I'll put the palm of my hand on his forehead, and then he'll wrap his two front paws around my wrist. And so he's kind of standing on his rear legs with my hand on his forward and my hand on his head. And so then I kind of push on him, and he kind of does like this dance thing attached, and he goes, rah, 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 while I do it. Well, then when he's finally had enough, he lets go. And usually his hands, his paws drape down my wrist, and then he puts his two front paws on the floor. Well, his freaking nails were so sharp that it scratched me. And every time I move, it like opens, like it's healing, but then it'll open the wound a little bit. Yeah.
Is that deep?
Just deep enough to where it'll do.
Or just wide, maybe.
No, it's very thin, but just deep enough to do that. But yeah, I had just cut his claws, so they were sharp. So.
And this is your dog who you told me early on, don't put your hand on his head. You need to come underneath.
Yes. Don't ever put your hand on top of a dog's head you don't know, or even do know. They do not like it. But this is like one of the ways we play. So he comes over to do it.
Wow. I'm sorry. Is there some tip from our next segment that could help you with that healing process?
I'm going to sue somebody. Yeah. I'm going to give you a name of a good lawyer. But for anybody who's listening, it is my dog, and I was just joking, but he is a pit bull.
Okay.
That part was serious.
Let's move on, shall we?
On your beauty marks, it's time for the NASCAR Minute.
Oh, Matador.
So,
let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know the schedule for Speed Weeks?
No.
Do you know what Speed Weeks is?
No.
Okay. So Speed Weeks is what they call all the time leading up to Daytona, because there's all the testing and pre-racing to the racing, and then there's racing, and then there's post-racing, and then there's more racing on top of that.
You might have mentioned this last year, I think.
Yes. So I'm going to give you the schedule because I know people want to know.
Hold on. Let me get a pencil.
Yeah. This is also available somewhere online. Saturday, February 10th, we have final practice for the Cup Series. Then we have Clash practice, first practice. So I don't understand you can practice. That's the
Clash is going to play?
The Clash is going to play. So they have this. I love how Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series final practice, then Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series first practice.
What?
Yeah. Then they have.
So you need a time machine.
Yeah. So then they have Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series final practice. So you get two final practices with the first practice in between.
Right.
Sunday, you have Cup Series qualifying, which is for the pole position and P2. The rest of the field doesn't position.
It's just the first two?
First two.
Oh.
Then you have the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series Advanced Auto Parts Clash, 75 laps. So that's how the rest of the field gets set. It depends how they finish in the Clash.
Okay.
You got me so far?
Sorta.
So then Thursday the 15th is Camping World Truck Series first practice, then Camping World Truck Series second practice, then Camping World Truck Series final practice. Why don't they just put Camping World Truck Series practice? And that's it. Because there's a little break in between, but it's not that big of a deal.
When is the Kentucky Fried Chicken bridge game?
Oh, I lied. It's not the Clash. The Clash is just another race that doesn't mean anything, but people race.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Then they have the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series Can-Am Duel number 1, which is 60 laps. And then they have the Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series Can-Am Duel number 2, which is 60 laps. And that determines the rest of the field for the Daytona 500.
And then I got it. And then the Quaker State Mixer.
Right. We're only on Friday.
Jesus
Then
Christ.
we have Xfinity Series Practice, Cup Series Practice, Xfinity Series Final Practice, Cup Series Practice, Camping World Truck Series Qualifying, single vehicle, 2 rounds, just so you know. Camping World Truck Series Next Era Energy Resources Race, which is Friday, February 16th at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You get the race.
Huh?
Yeah. Saturday, we have NASCAR Xfinity Series Qualifying, single vehicle, 2 rounds.
Is this the weekend of Daytona by now?
Oh, yeah, we're getting there. Yeah, now we're at the weekend. Then we have Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series Final Practice. Didn't we have Final Practice like 3 times already? Then we have the next.
There's a Mora joke in here somewhere.
Right. There's that
or no, not Mora. Sorry, that's an Iverson joke.
Oh, okay.
Mora's playoffs. Iverson's practice.
Playoffs. NASCAR Xfinity Series Power Shares QQQ 300. So the actual race, 2:30 p.m. Saturday, February 17th. And then on Sunday, 2:30 p.m. Eastern Time, Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series Daytona 500.
By then, everybody's going to be asleep.
Dude, we've got 16 final practices.
Too much shit going on. Way too busy of a schedule. Simplify NASCAR.
Matador, when you want to do a really cool cat eye, like eyeliner, eyeliner,
okay,
and you can't really get both sides matched perfectly because it's hard to do.
Symmetry is important.
I'm going to tell you a trick.
Okay.
A spoon. Close your eye, put a spoon over there, use the spoon to trace.
Mm-hmm.
Do it on both sides. Boom. Boom, Shanka.
I can't use my compass. Just go around.
Well, I mean, my compass is on my iPhone, so I don't know what you're going to put your iPhone up there. You go for it. So there's your beauty tip. Use a spoon to get good, solid, crisp lines for your cat eye.
And is that a small spoon or a soup spoon?
It depends how big your face is.
That's true.
Yeah.
Good point. Excellent
I've met
point,
some
Neil.
people who need a ladle.
Oh.
And if you have that disease that makes your eyes bulge out, you might need a ladle.
That disease.
I'm doing like
makes
you
your
might.
Eyes bulge out.
Yeah, I forget what it's called. I think it's also a side effect of, is it diabetes?
Okay. God,
I'll find
now we're
out.
getting deep. This is
I'll
tough.
find out.
That was not an uplifting NASCAR minute.
I'm sorry. I thought that was solid. I thought that's something you could use.
Well, there's a lot of practicing going on. I appreciate that they're gearing up for the race and all. But by the way, just so you guys know, there is a fantasy league that we're running like we did last year for NASCAR. So
there's a lot of practice for it too.
There's a lot of practice. So we're gonna have our practice NASCAR. Oh my God, fantasy NASCAR draft. We're gonna have the first practice draft on February 10th. Then we're gonna have the last practice on February 7th.
Graves' disease.
There you go.
Overactivity in the thyroid gland gives you proptosis or something else spelled EXOPHTHALMOS.
Okay.
It's the PHTH that's getting me.
Okay. Anyway,
exophthalmos.
There you go. That sounded right.
That's the name of my NASCAR race team, by the way.
You should make it that.
Exophthalmos.
It better not be Fallout Boy.
Oh,
don't do it.
You see, you spaced me out on the
don't
Fallout.
Do it. You got to get back to those digs. So I will send out some information about the fantasy league if you want to join and
it's
and
fun.
That. They've
changed it this year.
They changed it's different. There's all sorts of different ways you can score points. So it's totally confusing and you don't know how you win. They just tell you in the end, hey, you won.
Wow, look at that.
And in last year, I absolutely dominated the league. I think I won by 800 or 900 points. So
you were the Philadelphia Eagles.
That was the Blake Bortles. But anyway, let's talk about movies.
You don't want to talk about diseases?
No, I'm good.
Okay, fair enough.
Neil's Rotten Tomatoes.
So.
Such a not sequitur. You don't want to talk about diseases? No,
not really.
Not why I started this podcast.
We'll do our disease special later in the year.
All right. Would you like to know when NASCAR practice is?
No.
Okay.
I don't. I really don't want to know.
All right. Just thought I'd check.
You're throwing dates and information at me that I would never be able to retain.
I'm going to laugh if anyone actually listened, like, oh, he's going to give the date. And they're like, wait, what?
Like
what
they got a clipboard out and they're writing it down. Fuck, shit, rewind. 15 seconds back. Anyway, listen to us in halftime speed, and you'll get it.
Oh,
It'll just be
God.
Neil going, practice. So have you ever done that? Have you ever listened to a podcast at half speed?
Yeah, by accident.
Yeah.
I listened to Salty Language, and they sounded like they were hammered. It was
Oh,
hilarious.
yeah. Everybody sounds drunk as fuck. It's hilarious.
Yeah, it was fun.
So we're going to look back at January movies and see how they did. Neil's going to try to guess the Rotten Tomato scores, and we'll share some bad reviews. I got to say, the movie critics, you need to step up your game. Either make it just totally cheesy and stupid, or get clever and make it, a real good dig, because the reviews I'm finding lately are just not, they're not as good as they used to be. You know what I'm saying?
I feel you.
I'm tired of reading. The cast did a great job, but the script fell short. Thanks.
Right.
Great review. Come on, let's put some more effort into it. Ready?
Mm.
Hostels. This is the Christian Bale movie where he's an officer and he has to escort a Cheyenne war chief and his family back to tribal lands.
Rotten Tomatoes 68.
72. Good guess.
People gave it a 63.
71.
Okay, not too far off. I'm a little
Pretty
rusty,
good.
but that's not
It's a
too
decent
far.
start. 21 million domestic, nothing international. So 21 million so far, 39 to make.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know what the date of we're doing this a little earlier in the month this time, so sometimes it's a little premature on these numbers, but usually you can tell if it's going to make some money or not. Hostels benefits from stunning visuals and a solid central performance from Christian Bale, both of which help elevate its uneven story. Again, actors are cool, writing sucks.
Right.
Typical take. Marianne Johansson of Flick Philosopher says, sure, millions of native people dead and ancient cultures destroyed, but who has to live with that? All the good soldiers who were just following orders? That's who. Won't someone think of the white man?
Oh, my God. Wow. That's a take.
Well, she's obviously,
I know. But
pretty
still,
good.
I want to take it seriously.
Yeah, we should. There's another couple that are kind of along those lines. You have no interest in seeing this movie.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah. Well, then let's move on.
Okay.
The Post. Tom
The
Hanks,
Post.
Meryl Streep. This is about the Washington Post and the Pentagon Papers.
94. Tomatoes.
88.
Okay. Peeps gave it a 91.
73.
Oh.
Well, I think it's going to be one of those that's it's not a crowd pleaser. It's not like you're popping popcorn, like you just can't wait to see what they're going to discover next about the Pentagon Papers. It's not like you're watching a fucking...
Guarantee you, if I went, I would be popping popcorn.
Not if you saw it at the ranch.
That's good.
67 million domestic, 25 international, 92 total, 50 to make. So they made some money.
It's a blockbuster.
The post-period setting belies its bitingly timely themes, brought compellingly to life by director Steven Spielberg in an outstanding ensemble cast. However, Tony Medley from the Tolucan Times has a beef. You ready?
For Tony Medley?
Tony Medley.
He should have a beef. Should change that last name.
Yeah, right? The Hollywood left, here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Is still taking its marching orders from Lenin's. That's
John Lennon?
No. Wrong Lennon.
Julian?
No.
No.
Not him either.
All right.
It's still taking its marching orders from Lenin's directive to use art as a weapon, as Spielberg, Streep, and Hanks try to bolster their political aims with this terminally boring antidote to insomnia. Somebody is feeling that this is a little preachy.
Yeah.
And they're fucking with America.
Yeah, he felt this does not make America great again.
No, for sure. And to be fair, there are a number of reviews that say it's a bit preachy.
Well, they said that's why they made the movie now. They rushed it through to get it now.
Right. Proud Mary. This is Taraji P. Henson as a hit woman, and she ends up meeting a boy on one of the jobs, goes wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the onions. I mean the tomatoes. I don't know where I'm at.
Critics.
I'm gonna say tomatoes are gonna be a 59.
26.
I'm gonna say the Peeps gave it a 42.
56.
Okay.
20 million domestic, 1 international, 21 overall. So not terrible. 14. It said I looked it up how much it cost to make, and it said 14 to 30 million.
Oh, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Ballpark.
We had some reshoots.
Proud Mary proves Taraji P. Henson has more than enough attitude and charisma to carry an action movie, just not, unfortunately, one this indifferently assembled. So again, actors are great, Writing sucks.
Right.
Typical. Mike McGranahan. That's
McGranahan, old Mickey Graney. McGraney.
He writes for something.
Pants.
McGranny pants. He writes for something called Aisle Seat. Certain words come to mind after seeing Proud Mary. Oof, ugh, and blach.
Those are not words.
It's a shambles bearing the hallmarks of significant post-production troubles. See what I'm saying?
Just because you make a sound doesn't mean it's a word.
No.
I mean, I know all words are made up, but those are not words.
I was going to say, from somebody with your take on
but they don't have a definition.
Don't they?
No.
Should we look it up? Do you want to look up?
Are you up speaking to me again?
Yeah. Should we? Do you want to look it up?
All right.
What you look
up? I don't care about
my
granny pants.
Fine. Let's move on. The Commuter. Liam Neeson on a train gets pulled into some crazy plot and kind of blackmailed, and he's supposed to find somebody. He's supposed to identify somebody on a train.
Whatever. Tomatoes 49.
58. Audience.
Ooh, that's going to be my audience score. 61.
Should have stuck with 48.
Oh.
34 domestic, 47 international. Shit's made 81 mil.
It's not Liam Neeson being Liam Neeson. That's why people tune in.
30 to make, so they're making money. The Commuter's
30 to make?
30 to make.
Oh, this is freaking nothing but moneymaker. Hopefully Lehman or whatever his name is took some on the back end.
No comment.
Yeah, not on the train, though.
The Commuter's cast is better than its workmanlike script. Jesus Christ. Can we come up with another fucking take?
Maybe you should start writing them.
Do you think there's ever going to be one where it says, the script was awesome, but these actors sucked balls? I mean, like, when is that going to happen?
Yeah, it'll be a Adam Sandler movie.
It's like they're afraid to offend actors and actresses.
Sure, because they need to get the interviews.
I guess. They're never going to interview the writer, so shit on the writer. So, the Commuter's cast is better than its workmanlike script, which helps make this reasonably diverting Liam Neeson action thriller worth the price of a matinee ticket or rental, if not a full-price ticket. So, it's a fairly reasonable review for 58%.
Yeah.
I skipped the 40 bad reviews that made reference to this movie going off the rails.
Oh, jeez.
Too obvious. But Sarah Mars from Laney Gossip, whatever the hell that is. Sarah Mars.
Mick Mars's daughter, maybe?
It's Marrs, though.
Oh.
So.
Lame.
Laney Gossip, whatever that is. The Commuter is executed with the gritty determination of people who really want to go home.
Fair enough. Hey, for some people, it's just a job. They're just,
That's true. I like that one, though. That was pretty good. American Folk.
Yes.
Two strangers meet
Dancing
when they're
in the night.
Yeah. There's two. These next two are 9/11 related. Remember?
Oh yeah.
So this is the one where they're on a plane and they go back to the terminal and because they find out 9/11's happened and they can't fly, and so they decide to like rent, buy a cheap car and drive across country, and they're playing folk music. It's about the American spirit and the aftermath of this tragedy.
I say the Tomatoes gave it a 71.
78.
And the people gave it a 64.
82.
Oh.
Now I could not find any numbers on this at all. no box office, no how much it cost to be made, and no synopsis.
I don't think anyone saw it.
I'm pretty sure nobody saw this movie, but Matt Zoller Seitz saw the movie.
Oh.
He of RogerEbert.com. The whole thing was a bad idea that only genius could have rescued. Maybe not even then.
Oh.
There were 9 reviews to choose from, and 3 of them were bad.
Wow.
So it was limited. I should have made it my own. Maybe that's what I should do. Make up
that
bad
would be
reviews.
pretty good. Without seeing the movie. Yeah, without seeing the movie. That would be good.
12 Strong is next. This is Chris Hemsworth. Leads like a small military team kind of like immediately in the aftermath of 9/11.
Oh, right. They ride horses.
Yeah, it's based on that real story of the horse
Tomatoes,
soldiers.
89.
54.
People, 78.
73.
All right.
37 domestic, 9 international, 46 overall. Only cost 35 to make, so they're in the black.
Lose money, yeah.
12 Strong has a solid cast. Get ready. 12 Strong has a solid cast, honorable intentions, and a thrilling fact-based story, all of which are occasionally enough to balance a disappointing lack of depth or nuance.
Oh.
So that's not quite in line with all the other ones, but it's still, Roger Moore's back, Neil.
Moore's back?
Yeah. Roger Moore.
Moore's back.
Even though he's
Guess who's back?
This guy's back again.
Nice.
Roger's back. Tell a friend.
Yeah.
Roger Moore from Movie Nation. Myopic military history rewritten by Hollywood's resident Reagan-era chick hawk, Jerry Bruckheimer. I'm going to start calling you Chick Hawk.
I like that. I guess it's better than Mike Hawk.
That could be. Oh, it's true. That could be a good name for a band. Let's start a band called Chick Hawk.
All right.
You and I worked hard when I was down in Napa last time on my guitar skills. I believe I was able to play like one chord.
I think you got Eruption down by Van Halen. Yes, you got.
I had one note of it. I couldn't do the other 74,000 notes, but I could do one.
Good. Yeah.
That was funny. I just kept going, looking at my fingers, going, "How do you do that, though? How do you transition?" Mad respect for you guitar players. Next is Please Stand By.
Okay.
This is Dakota. Okay, I will. Dakota Fanning as an autistic gal who runs away to deliver her Star Trek script to a writing competition in Hollywood.
Gotcha. I'm going to say nobody saw it. I'm going to say the critics gave it a 68.
54.
And the people gave it a 62.
73.
Okay.
You ready for these numbers?
Yeah.
Couldn't find a number on how much it made.
All right.
Nothing international. Domestic, $7,724.
Yeah. And that's
man.
Dakota Fanning bought all the tickets at like 3 theaters to take her friends to.
Right. All her family and friends. No synopsis, but David Edelstein of New York Magazine saw this movie.
Mm-hmm.
He says, you can guess how most of its scenes will play before you even come to them, and it has a circumspect, sanitized quality as if meant to be shown in group homes without causing undue upset.
Wow. All right.
Harsh, David.
Yeah. I'm hoping he's ready for the season opener next year, though.
Are you thinking
Edelstein? Julian Edelman? Whatever.
Okay. I was thinking of, who was the dude I was thinking of Eckstein. David Eckstein.
Mm-hmm.
Den of Thieves is the last one.
Okay.
This is 50 Cent, O'Shea Jackson Jr., Gerard Butler. It's basically like a wannabe Heat.
Right.
They're going to try to rip off the Federal Reserve and
53 tomatoes.
39.
The people gave it a 62.
70.
Okay.
36 domestic, 9 international, 45 overall, 35 to make.
Yeah.
Not bad considering.
Yeah.
Den of Thieves pays energetic homage to classic heist thrillers of the past. Wait a minute, I screwed that up. I always screw this one up. Do you say homage or homage?
I say homage, but
I think you say pays homage though. Right?
Well, I wouldn't. I would say
it's an
pays
homage, or you pay homage.
I'm not paying homage. I would never say homage. You'll never catch me saying homage. It'll always be homage.
I need to look that up. Den of Thieves pays energetic homage to classic heist thrillers of the past. Unfortunately, it never comes close to living up to its obvious inspirations.
Aww.
But Mike LaSalle from the San Francisco Chronicle, not too far from you, says first-time director Christian Gudegast.
I went to school with that guy.
Did you?
Nope.
Mike LaSalle or Christian Gudegast?
All of them.
First-time director Christian Gudegast also wrote the film, and you can tell in the sense that there was clearly no one there to look at the script and say, come on.
Oh, wow.
That's pretty good. By the way, that's it for those movies. We'll do. We'll look at. High five. We'll look. Sorry. We'll look. Fist bump. We'll look. Get it.
Oh,
we'll look. We'll look at March movies. You know.
Yeah.
Probably nobody can see this. So it's
March Madness.
We'll look at March Madness movies in the either next week or the week after. I can't remember which.
We're gonna do March Madness bracket.
2 weeks because next week is
March
200.
Madness bracket.
We will.
March Madness bracket.
Yeah, we'll do one of those.
All right.
I'll get that shit pulled together. There was a request by my lady friend to issue a retraction from last week.
Oh, how would she know?
Because I told her how I was joking about her comment about "Let's Go Crazy."
Oh.
And how she thought he says in the song, "Punch a higher floor."
Right.
So, and she said it like that.
Right.
And I'm like, he doesn't say that. And then she fucking looks it up and she's like, see this? And finds the lyrics. Here's one site, goes to another site. Here, see this? Punch a higher floor, you fucker. She's like, I want a retraction. I want a retraction on the next episode.
Nice.
Now, I went back and listened because I just was reading those lyrics. But I went back and listened. And it's hard because I think Prince's music is extremely protected. So I don't think you can find much on YouTube and stuff. Because like when you go to YouTube, I think it's just like the thing from Purple Rain or something like that.
Right.
But it's, the beginning, Dearly Beloved, blah, 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 blah. It's right as it starts to kick in. And he says, if the elevator tries to break you down, go crazy. And as they're, banging in on the guitars, he goes, punch a higher floor.
There you go.
He says it, but like softly and kind of in the background and not in that rhythm. It was just weird.
And she knows.
Anyway, all that being said, my apologies, lady friend.
Wow.
For doubting your lyrical knowledge.
Yeah. That's, this is going to be a black mark on your record for a while.
It is. I'm still sleeping on the couch because of this.
I'm imagining.
Anyway, she doesn't listen, so she's never going to hear this, but Oh, I was going to ask you one last thing before we wrap up here, and that is,
Sure.
We just did our live 200th episode, which
again,
we'll be pushing out next week on Valentine's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking maybe we should do another one this Thursday to coincide with the opening ceremonies of the Winter Olympics. Are you in for that?
Yes. So I wanted to say Sochi. Pyeongchang.
Correct.
Freaking bringing it home.
Yes.
Speaking of tomatoes, the flying tomato last Olympics. Let's go big or go home.
Is he still? What Olympics is this for him now?
The 17th, I think.
I mean, he has been around forever, it feels like.
Yep.
Is it just nobody else does that event, so they just keep letting him do it?
No, he's just really, really good at it.
Huh.
But that's all he does now, is he just practices 5 tricks for the Olympics.
So he does the first practice, and then in the last practice.
No, he does the last
practice.
He does the final practice.
And then the first practice.
Then he does the first practice, second practice, final practice, first practice, final practice.
And then next week, he just starts it all again.
Practices again.
Yeah. God damn, practicing machine. What's your favorite Winter Olympics event?
The half pipe.
Is it?
Yeah.
Just because you were just thinking about it?
Probably. Is there another Winter Olympics event? Oh, I do like the curling.
Yeah.
That's
for
fun.
Another event.
Skeleton is cool because that's just insane.
Is that like the luge, but
your head is going forward?
Your head's first.
Yeah, you're on your stomach.
Also known as going outside on a snow day and going down a hill on a sled.
Man, I'll say that about the losers, but I'm not messing with the skeleton crew. You know what I'm saying? Those people are insane. I do like that. I do like the Super G and giant slalom.
Yeah.
Those are fun. Mostly like the skiing and boarding events. I think they have do you have border cross back? I know it was around for you. I don't know if it's still in. But I don't like hockey. I don't like, what other team sports do they have for winter? I don't like the biathlon. What is that?
The shooting.
Yeah. I don't need to watch you cross country ski and then shoot something. What are you doing?
Shooting events in Olympics are typically bad. Like in the summer ones, they do that one where those guys just sit there and barely fucking move a muscle, and aim at those little targets and stuff. Like, that's not thrilling. This is boring.
No.
You have to have a fucking souped up camera on the target just so I can even see if he hit the damn thing.
Yeah, no, I'm not into that. What else? You name me some Olympic sports in the winter that are played during the winter time.
Figure skating.
Nope.
No, don't like any of that.
Nope.
Speed skating.
Yeah.
Short
What's
track.
the Apollo Ono one?
Short track.
Yeah, I like that.
That shit scares me because, first of all, those skate blades are crazy. They look like they strap machetes to their feet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just waiting for somebody to get their fucking fingers sliced off. That's what it looks like to me. Because they all, do that thing where they kind of touch the ice as they go by.
I think that's just for looks, too.
Man, I wish I could get on my edges like that when I play hockey because that's pretty tight.
What other sports are there? In the winters.
Ski jump?
Not really. Don't like it.
No. Did you ever play Winter Olympics, the video game, back in the day?
Yeah.
That shit was pretty fucking dope.
That was cool.
That was fun.
Yeah.
Bobsled?
No.
No?
Not a big fan.
I don't know if I got much else. What else do we do?
I guess I do like the luge a little bit, but really skeleton's the big one. Again the snowboard stuff and the skier sticks things.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard they are going to include snowball fight this year, so that's gonna be pretty sweet.
Solid.
They might as
How about you?
Well.
What's I would imagine you're a big hockey fan.
Yes, except for the NHL did not let their players go, so it's all fucking like old dudes who are past their prime and young up and coming guys who aren't in the league yet.
Nice.
So it's going to be a weird. It's like hard to gauge who's going to win.
Are you an ice skating fan?
Not
the triple
really.
Lutz, the Axel Foley's, and all that.
No, nice one. No, not really. I still have not seen that the Tonya Harding movie yet.
I, Tonya.
Yeah. So, I mean, my favorite event would be hockey, and I'll probably still watch it. But like I said, it's just it's not the names you know anymore. Which, I mean, it's kind of, in a way, that's almost getting back to the roots of what hockey used to be, which when they didn't have professional players.
Yeah, that should be fun to watch.
Yeah,
Do you like any of the snowing sticks or board glossing things?
No, not really.
Right.
I was never a skier. I was never a skier or anything, or
right.
snowboarder, so I don't really give a shit about that stuff.
Your kids like the Winter Olympians?
Not really. My dad loves it because I've told you about my dad in the Olympics, right?
I don't think
he
so.
just eats those stories up. He can't get enough
the
of those
tear-jerking stories? Like,
he loves them all.
Small
and
town.
He'll tell y'all about them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's great.
This guy from Nebraska never saw snow in his life,
right?
Until he'll just relay it all to you. It's hilarious.
That's
he fucking
awesome.
eats it up.
That's fun.
Yeah, the opening ceremony though takes fucking ever.
Well, congratulations to all our athletes that made the sacrifice and commitment to make it to the Olympics. We wish you all well, and thank you for listening.
Very patriotic.
You like that?
Did the VFW change your fucking game?
No, I've always been patriotic. I'm a big Patriots fan. Have you not been listening?
That's true.
Come on. Red, white, and blue, man.
That's right. Thank you, everybody, for listening to our show. You can find us at reasonsareseveral.com. You can go to iTunes and Stitcher and everywhere else and subscribe and write a review. Or tell a friend about the show. That'd be great. Tweet at us at ReasonsR and at AngelsFreak7. And you can email us reasonsareseveral@gmail.com. We hope you enjoy episode 200 next week. It is longer. It's about an hour and 45-ish. Mm-hmm. So extra bonus, airtime.
Extra big bone.
Enjoy that. Thank you very, very much again to everybody who participated in that. That was a lot of fun, and we will definitely do something like that again in the future.
Well, you're welcome.
And with that, I bid you adieu. Bye.